What's going on, everyone? Ben DeBono here for another look into the Summa. We are here in the final question of this first sub part of the treatise on the angels, on their substance. So we're looking at their relation to corporeal things. And today we're going to look at the local movement of the angels. I gotta be honest with you. This is a hard one to really get excited about. I mean, this is Aquinas that goes full bore scholasticism here. It's not quite as bad as how many angels can dance on the head of a pin, but it's close. So if you can't stand that part of the Summa, this is one to skip. And I'll be honest, I kind of half-assed a few of these summaries here. So we'll just kind of get through it, recognizing that, that's just kind of how the Summa goes, and there's value there. But if you really want to pursue scholasticism and the really in-depth scholastic part of the Summa, I'm probably not your guy in the first place for that. And so given that this is more of just, beginner, surface level, we're reading this thing together type of experience, we're not going to get full bore into scholasticism on all of this. So how do angels move locally, in space? How does that work? Who really cares? Again, I'm not trying to rip on Aquinas, because he's obviously much smarter than me or you or most other people who've ever lived in human history. So I should say that there probably is a valid reason why this question matters, but for the vast majority of us, we're going to struggle to see it. So let's just get on through it then. Get it over with. Article 1, whether an angel can be moved locally. Well, 3 objections. Aristotle says that nothing without parts can be moved. Angels do not have parts. They can't be moved. Aristotle also says that a movement is an active and imperfect being. The beatified angel is not imperfect. Movement results from want, very similar to number 2. And angels have no want. But angels move the same way beatified soul moves. We know beatified soul moves because it's an article of faith that the soul of Christ descended into hell, which would qualify as local movement, at least within medieval cosmography, right? Argument. The previous question established that angels can be in a place and can only be in one place at a time. Go back to question 52 for that. Therefore, they move locally from place to place, not in the sense that bodies do, but in the sense of contacting multiple places simultaneously. No, not simultaneously. What word was I trying to think of there? Like, successively. That's what I was trying to think of. Was it one after another? So, the basic idea he's establishing is that angels make contact with local movement. They go from this place to this place to this place. So, yes, there is movement involved. That first question only applies to things that are divisible according to quantity. Angels aren't like that. Objection 2, movement of potentiality implies imperfect agents. Movement of application of energy does not. Angels are of the angelic type, or of the latter type, so the whole thing of them being imperfect doesn't apply. Movement not coming from potentiality does not arise from one's own need, but from the need of others. So going back to this distinction here, that second type of movement doesn't arise from a want, but from the want of others. Okay. Now is where these next two, we just get who cares level of dense. Anyway, whether an angel passes through intermediate space in moving from one place to another. For an angel to pass through middle space, he would need to pass through infinite points, which is not possible. I didn't understand the reason why, but you can go read Aquinas yourself and try and puzzle it out if you feel so inclined. Our souls can pass from one place to another without intermediate space. Angels are simpler than souls and thus able to do so all the more. But the process of changing always involves a middle space. Again, I don't understand why. Angels move from one space to another involves change. Angelic movement can be continuous or not continuous. If it's continuous, the angel passes from one space to another using middle space, intermediate space. If it's not continuous, then no middle space is required, and there's a lot more there in the article itself. If, again, you feel so inclined. I didn't. Alright, objections answered. The angel's place, unlike the angel, is divisible. Thus, that eliminates needing to pass through infinite middle space. Sure. When the soul moves like this, the things it thinks of are in it, talking about the way that a soul moves. That's not how angels move locally. Okay. Then he added a reply to number 3, even though there's no third objection, and all he really does is restate the argument from authority and the argument. All right, let's wrap it up with Article 3. Whether the movement of an angel is instantaneous. 3 objections here. Angels move with great power and without the resistance that hinders bodies, therefore their movement is instantaneous. Bodily change is effected in an instant. Angelic movement is simpler than bodily change. An angel transitions from the wherefrom to the whither to in the last moment, making his movement instantaneous. Okay. Every change involves before and after, which are reckoned by time. Every movement includes a before and after. Well, angels are not measured by the same time as corporeal bodies. They are still measured by avaternal time, which involves before and after. So the gist of it is that, yes, because angels, maybe they aren't measured by the same type of time we are. We've talked about, eternal time, which is time of God, time, which is just our time, and then avaternal time, which is what the time of the angels is called. They're measured by avaternity, and so the result of that is that they're still measured by time, which results in a before and after, which means it's not instantaneous. Okay? All right. If angelic movement was instantaneous, it could not be measured by that eternal time. Fair enough. Those bodily changes are alterations, not local movements. And then in continuous movement, the angels transition through infinite places prior to the last moment again. I'll take his word for it. Okay, so that's it. Sorry, guys. Not a lot of enthusiasm for that one. It's so dense. We run into those every now and then, and we just do our best to mosey on through them. So next up, let's just take a sneak peek at what we got here. Knowledge of angels. Okay, so hopefully this will be a little less scholastic gung ho than this last one was. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm Bendy Bono. I'll talk to you later.